Okay, so this is the lying T-spine rotation to your single arm chest press. So to start out with, you're gonna wanna start with something that's relatively light. So I should have 10 pounds here just to get a feel for the movement. Once you do, then you can go up and weight just a little bit. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna start without the weight. I'm gonna start off facing towards you. So our knees are gonna touch, and they're kind of nice and high, so I want them to be about parallel to your hip. Come down onto the ground, come down onto the ground, and the knees are touching, and my knees are about parallel to my hip. That's just gonna make this movement a lot easier. So then I'm gonna bring my other non-working arm out in front of me, and then I would pick up my weight. And at this point, we want everything to be stacked. So I want the shoulders to be stacked over one another and the hips to be stacked over one another. So this is our starting position. From here, we want to find a nice, I can't figure out what to do with my head. We want a nice middle ground of T-spine rotation. So meaning thoracic spine rotation, so the top of your spine or close to the top of your spine where your lungs are. And then we want also some shoulder movement here. So we want our shoulder muscles here to flex. We want to feel a nice stretch in the pecs. So we want kind of a middle ground between the two. So we don't just want to drop our shoulder and have no T-spine rotation, meaning that the shoulders are still right stacked over each other. But we also don't just want it to be all T-spine rotation, bringing the other shoulder down to the ground. So we want to find a nice middle ground. So how we're going to do that is we're going to perform both positions. So we're going to bring the shoulder to the ground. That's all T-spine. Now from here, we're going to perform just shoulder flexing. So we're just going to bring this elbow, trying to bring the elbow to the ground. In a very uncomfortable position here. Bring the elbow to the ground as much as you can. So it's somewhere between there. So I'm going to think T-spine comes down to the ground, then the elbow drops. So you can see if we think about those cues, we're getting a nice degree of pec stretch, and then we're also going to get a nice squeeze between the shoulder blades. So once again, I'll show you this way as well. So first we start in our stacked position, then we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, T-spine starts to come down, and then we're going to drop the elbow and get a nice stretch here. Then we'll just reverse it. Elbow comes up, and then T-spine stacks again. Shoulder drops, squeeze the shoulder blades together, elbow drops, elbow comes up, unsqueeze the shoulder blades, and then return to your starting position. So now I will show you with the weight. So I'm going to go this way so you can see what my back's doing. Elbow in the frame. So here, stacking those knees. Start in our starting position. I should bring my head down, squeeze those shoulder blades together, drop the elbow. I like to bring my hand down towards my lower body, so pronated, but that's just what feels best on my shoulders. You can kind of play around with the angle. So T-spine, squeeze the shoulder blades, drop. And feel a nice stretch in the pec, and you'll squeeze those shoulder blades. Make sure you're not up here. That's not going to help us as much. So I want you to squeeze those shoulder blades down towards your glutes, kind of like if you're setting up for a bench press. Big inhale as we go down, fill the ribs. Big exhale as we press up. And there it is.